Welcome to KYZEN here at Productronica. I'm delighted to be joined by Tom Forsythe. Great to see you again, Tom.
Good to see you, Trevor.
Yeah. So, one of the things I've been talking about a lot, or people have been talking to me about this week, has been this whole topic around ESG and sustainability. Now, you've been in the chemistry business. I'm sure you're dealing with it all the time. But what's your take on it?
Well, environmentalism is the key of our world. We actually were founded back in 1990 because of the ban on CFCs, the Montreal Protocols that were signed a few years before that, the first global environmental treaty where the world said, this is harming all of us, we need to band together to solve this. That was signed originally by, I think, a few dozen countries. Now it's been signed by all but one or two countries, literally.
Right.
And that's why we exist.
Mm-hmm.
And so that essence of safety for the environment. In those days, sustainability wasn't really the word.
Right.
Safety for the staff that's around it, safety for the local environment and the facility, and safety for the broader environment down the road has been a key part of our products and product development for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
We always say we're the guys in the white hats in the materials business, and that's an everyday prospect of trying to embrace safety for which nowadays is thought of as sustainability.
Right.
Moving forward.
Part of what you did to try and address that at the time was basically lower the concentrations and
well, that's right. In those days, people used solvents at full strength or 100% concentration, we might say. And our technology was water soluble, and there was an innovation that said, well, gee, what if we made concentrates?
Right.
And we came out with what now would seem like a high number, but we went from 100% concentration to 30% concentration, which was a really big change.
It was.
We were a small startup at the time. We didn't notice that we had changed the world, but we actually did. We survived to notice it, which was a good thing.
Right.
And we've continued that. Our name is KYZEN, comes from the words continuous improvement.
Yes.
And we've certainly embraced that as we respond and react to the innovations in the soldering world and circuit designs.
Yeah.
To continue to advance products and change them and deal with targeted regulations or just the general need to improve the old better, cheaper, faster.
Right.
People are always trying to do more with less, and we've done the same thing with our products over the years.
Right. And you've also developed a range of tools as well to measure the efficacy of the solvents.
Exactly, because part of that responsibility part is, well, gee, let's get every just like our. Many people are raised and they're told to eat everything on your plate, right? Well, we want our customers to get the maximum value for every drop of product they buy from us.
Right.
Part of that is monitoring their processes with our analyst system we happen to have here at the show. Part of it's controlling your process super effectively with our KYZEN PCS that we introduced back in the 90s, shortly after we changed the world to 30. Then the world said, well, how do I do 30 instead of 40 or 20 or 75? And we were like, oh, that's a good question. The advantage of that 100% thing was there wasn't much process control to worry about.
Right.
So that was a strong plus. So when we changed the world, we sort of broke something that we then owned.
Yeah.
And so we introduced the PCS. We continue to provide them the market, new updates, new generations, new sensors to evolve with the technology, because the cleaning product technology's evolved a great deal over the years, and the sensors that you use for one product aren't always the right sensor for another product.
Right.
But that whole idea of having those monitors and control systems that can help the customer get maximum value, as well as document their performance according to standards. If someone gets a field return back and we made this 6 months ago or whatever it may be, let's go back to the records and see if anything went wrong. Well, being able to access and touch that data very rapidly, inexpensively, it turns out is a real value adder.
Right.
So this whole idea of not only a great product that does the job, that is lower concentrations, lower temperatures, to give greater value to the customer, but the whole system around it, whether it's process control or monitoring with the data retention, that allows customers to be efficient with their operation, and then even efficient with their investigation down the road, if one should unfortunately present itself, which do happen from time to time. So it's looking at that whole. We look around the cleaning system and say, How can we we're supplying the cleaning material, that's our core.
Yes.
How can we help people use that to the maximum benefit? We think that's the definition of sustainability. By optimizing the use of the product, optimizing all the energy around it, optimizing the efficiency of the data collection and utilization.
Keeping it safe.
It really lines up really well. So we believe that we embrace that every day. It's not a new thing. We just try to get smarter every day so we can do a better job.
Well, that's an excellent response because, it's definitely rising up the ranks in terms of importance.
It's a lot more. I mean, when we were doing this stuff, years ago, people weren't as interested in some of the things we were doing.
Yeah.
But they're a great deal more interested today.
Absolutely. Well, Tom, it's always great to catch up, and it's great to get your views on the ESG and sustainability argument.
Thanks for the opportunity. Have a great day.
Yeah.
At KYZEN, we know it's the science that makes the difference. The right solutions happen when you care enough to ask the right questions. And we understand that your performance is directly related to ours. Science knows why it works, care knows why it's important.